Here in this class, we shall discuss some of the problem which are based on the theory of sets which we have already discussed earlier. That is, which we have discussed in the first class of set theory. In the first class, we have seen that the total number of possible subset of a set with n elements is 2 to the power n. Now remember that the total number of possible proper subset of a set with n elements is 2 to the power n minus 1. Now see that, for example, if we take A equals to 1, 2, then total number of possible subset is 5, 1, 2 and 1, 2. Now see that 1, 2 is not the proper subset of the set itself. 1, 2, we know that every set is a subset of itself, therefore 1, 2 is a subset of 1, 2, but they are not proper subset of each other. Clear? Because proper subset has at least one element less than the original set. So how many proper subsets are there? 5, 1 and 2. So total number of proper subset is 2 to the power 2 minus 1. So for a set with n elements, the total number of possible subset is 2 to the power n. Next, if A be the null set, then how many elements are there in the power set of A? So what is power set? Just remember the definition. Power set contains all possible subset of a particular set. Now null set has no elements. So total number of possible subset of null set is 2 to the power 0. So 2 to the power 0, anything to the power 0 is 1. Therefore, null set is a set whose power set is containing exactly one element. Here we are taking our next question. The difference between the number of subsets of any two set is 248. How many elements are there in each of the set? So let us suppose A and B are the two sets. And NA equals to P and NB equals to Q. That means their cardinal numbers are P and Q. And we suppose P is greater than Q. So the number of possible subset of the set A is 2 to the power P, and the number of possible subset of the set B is 2 to the power Q. Now since their difference is 248, therefore we can write 2 to the power P minus 2 to the power Q equals to 248. Now see that how to solve. First we factorize 248 as far as it is divisible by 2. So this is 2 into 124, 2 into 62, then 2 into 31. So I am writing 2 to the power P minus 2 to the power Q. So as Q is smaller, so we can take 2 to the power Q common, and the result will be 2 to the power P by 2 to the power Q minus 1 equals to 2, that is 2 to the power 3 into 31. Now 2 to the power Q into 2 to the power P minus Q minus 1 equals to 2 to the power 3, and 31 can be written as 32 minus 1. Clear? That is equals to 2 to the power 5 minus 1. So comparing both the equation, what I am getting, 2 to the power Q equals to 2 to the power 3, that is Q equals to 3, and P minus Q equals to 5. Clear? So if we put the value of Q here, that is 3, then we get P equals to, that is p minus 3 equals to 5 or p equals to 8. So clearly A with cardinal number p, that means A has 8 elements and B has 3 elements. Now see another case. If the number of possible subset, the difference between the number of possible subset is a number which is exactly divisible, is the sum power of 2. That is, let us suppose I am taking 64. Clear? So the difference between the number of subset of any two set is 64. So here same thing, let A and B are the two sets. NA equals to B, NB equals to Q, where P is greater than Q. And here I am writing 64. So this part is cancelled, erasing this part, and see that here I am factorizing 64, 2, 32, 2, 16, 2, 8, 2, 4, 2, 2. Again you take a 2 and leave 1 at the last. So how many 2's are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 to the power 6 into 1. And this 1, for this 1 I am writing, it is 2 minus 1. Now see that in this case if you compare, Q equals to 6 and P minus Q equals to 1. That is here 2 minus 2 to the power 1. So if we put the value of Q here, that is P minus 6 equals to 1 or P equals to 7. Clear? So clearly here A has cardinal number P, that is A has 7 elements and B has 6 elements. In our third question, we have taken a set like this, A equals to 1, 2 and 3, 4. Now out of these 6 options, we shall check which are the correct and which are not. Now see that A is a set where 1 is an element, 2 is an element and 3, 4 is an element which is a set. That is, the set has 2 single element and a set as its element. Now let's check the first option. 1 belongs to A. Now 1 is an element of A, it is very much clear. Now when we enclose 1 within a braces, then what does it mean? It's a singleton set. So for singleton set, we must write contained in. A set cannot be belongs to. And elements can be belongs to, but a set cannot be belongs to. But since 1 is an element, when 1 enclosed within a bracket, it becomes a set. So for a set, we cannot write belongs to. So number 1, wrong. Number 2. Now 1. Clear? Already you have seen that 1 is a singleton set and this singleton set is obviously a subset of A. So here we have used subset symbol. So this one is correct. Next 3, 4. 3, 4. Now see that 3, 4 is practically, although it's a set, 3, 4 is a set, but here 3, 4 is an element of A. Clear? 3, 4 is a set, but this set is an element of A. So as it's an element of A, therefore we can write the element belongs to the set A. So number 3 is correct. Next come to number 4. Number 4, 3, 4 is contained in A. Obviously it's a wrong, because 3, 4 although is sets, but with respect to this set, with respect to the set A, 3, 4 is a element, and for an element we cannot write contained in. Element must be belongs to. So this one is wrong. Next, number 5. See that 3 comma 4, it's an element and the element is enclosed within a bracket. That is, when an element is enclosed within a bracket, it becomes a singleton set, and the singleton set is obviously a subset of A. Therefore, this one is correct. Next, number 6. 1 comma 2. 1 is a single element, 2 is a single element. When we take them together and enclose within a bracket, what we are doing? We are forming a subset of A. Now, any subset of A obviously is contained in A. Therefore, is contained in A is a correct. So, again this one is correct. Here in this question, we can see that X is the set whose elements are of the form 4 to the power n minus 3n minus 1, where n belongs to the set of natural number. And Y is a set whose elements are of the form 9 into n minus 1, where n is belonging to the set of natural number. And here we have to show that X is a subset of Y. Now let's see what are the elements of the set X. So this is 4 to the power n minus 3n minus 1. Now 4 to the power n, 4 can be written as 1 plus 3 whole to the power n minus 3n minus 1. Using binomial theorem, the first term is NC0 1 to the power n. We know that 1 to the power n is 1 and 3 to the power 0. Then NC1 1 to the power n minus 1. So we know that whatever may be the power of 1, the value is always 1. So we are not writing 1 to the power something. So 3 to the power 0, in the next term it will be 3 to the power 1. Then NC2 3 to the power 2. Then NC3 3 to the power 3. By this way it goes up to NCN 3 to the power n minus 3n minus 1. Now see that NC0 is 1 and 3 to the power 0 is 1. So 1 into 1 is 1 and minus 1, they will cancel each other. NC1 is n into 3. So this value is 3n and here is minus 3n. Again they will cancel each other. Now see the remaining term. Every term is containing 3 square, 3 cube and so on. That is 3 square and the higher powers of 3. So we can take 3 square common. So if we take 3 square is taken common, means practically we are taking 9 common. So the first is NC2, then NC3 into 3. By this way, if we go up to last term, it will be NCN into 3 to the power n minus 2, because 3 to the power 2 is taken common. Now see that for n equals to 1, what is the value? 0. For n equals to 1, actually you can see that in this term, in this general expression, we can see that if we put n equals to 1, that is 4 minus 3 minus 1, we shall get 0. Now here we also get 0, how I am telling you, that is if we put n equals to 1, 1C2. So 1C2 means out of 1 things, we are taking 2 things at a time. So this is not possible. So any of all the combination doesn't exist. So we take their value 0, not possible. So for n equal to 0, n equals to 1, it doesn't exist. For n equals to 2, it will exist, and 2C2 will exist, but 2C3, the remaining part, will not exist. So for n equals to 2, the value of the element is 9 into 2C2, that is 9 into 1, that means 9. For n equals to 3, we take only the existing binomial coefficient, 9 into 3C2 plus 3C3 into 3 and then it's NC4, that means 3C4, and 3C4 will not exist. So we take up to this part. So 3C2 has value 3, 3C3 has value 1, 1 into 3 is 3, 3 plus 3 is 6. So 9 into 6 by this way. So here we have seen that X is a set which contains some multiple of 9. The first one is 9 into 1, next one is 9 into 6, but 9 is taken common and there is coming some number. So X is containing some multiples of 9. So X contains some multiples of 9 for n greater than equals to 2. Clear? For n greater than equals to 2. Now if you consider n greater than equals to 2, then y, what will happen to y? So for n greater than equals to 2, the elements of y are 9 into 1. If you put n equals to 2, you get 9 into 1. Then for n equals to 3, you will get 9 into 2. For n equals to 4, you will get 9 into 3 and so on. So y contains every multiple of 9. Clear? X contains some multiple of 9 and y contains every multiple of 9. Clear? Therefore, all the elements of X are the elements of Y. So we can say that X is a subset of Y. Thank you.